Welcome everyone to the 22nd episode of QCast. I am your host, Glory. The guy that apparently, according to Arc Central, is very sorry, Dexio. I'm sorry that I'm late. That is apparently very judgmental. So thank you, Arc Central. Appreciate it. And I'm also joined with what did they call you guys? His co-host of Judgmental Expression.
I don't know, something like that.
Something like that. However, I'm just joined by one co-host of Judgmental Expression, and that person is Pengo1998. How you doing, man?
Good. Although you never updated. Oh, now you're updating it.
Yeah, I was getting there. Give me a minute. So how have you been, man? I haven't really talked to you much.
Pretty good.
It's good. It's good. Working on how's life, you know.
I was distracted. I'm trying to deal with freaking Google because it decides to open up in the wrong browser, and so I'm not logged in.
How's life? Is it good?
Boring.
Boring. Okay. Well, I don't know. You need some excitement in your life. You should be doing these with us every week. But no.
That requires being awake at like noon every
yeah,
week.
I know. It's so tough for someone who's like just, I don't know, goes to sleep at, I don't know. When do you go to sleep?
It depends. Sometimes it's noon, sometimes it's 5 p.m., sometimes it's 6 a.m.
Anyways, unfortunately, Cringey and Rocky decided to not show up today, probably because they're still recovering from Rocky's little drunk event that he had. So I'm going to share that because that's quite funny. And since Rocky decided to share it in my Discord server, I wasn't going to bring it up, but he decided to. So now he gets the embarrassment of me talking about his story on stream. So last Saturday night, right? Basically, Rock. If you guys don't know, legal age for drinking in the UK is 16 for like beer and wine, and then 18 for like everything else. And Rocky just turned 18 not too long ago, and he.
That's where this is going.
Yeah. Basically, what happened was that he decided to get very wasted. In case you've never seen the live stream where Rocky got pretty drunk off, I think, of beer. And we were playing GTA. He was a god. No, he was not a god during this. I think he had. I think out of the 3 drinks that he had, I think he had a full beer glass full of gin out of the 3 drinks that he had. So that was kind of funny. So Cringey called me up at like 7 o'clock at night asking me for help, thinking I could do something from like a couple thousand miles across the ocean. So I did what any good friend would do, and I recorded the entire thing, since it was a video call, and I sent it to Rocky the next morning. So, needless to say, he will not be doing that again. And, so that was my Saturday night. An hour and a half of just watching Rocky be a complete fucking idiot. So, yeah. So that was pretty fun. What else happened during my week? In case you guys haven't realized, this has been a pretty slow 2 weeks in terms of news. So I'm kind of just trying to fill time at this rate. But we do have like 4 things to talk about. So we'll discuss those after my other funny story, right? I thought this was PG-13. So many bad words. Yes, many bad words. I'll discuss this after. I'll discuss all the DU news topics after my last funny story because this one happened yesterday. Let's talk about standards thingy, please.
We still don't really know what happened with. I'm so confused.
What?
Well, you just kept talking that it was funny and being drunk, and you never said what was so funny.
Because he was a complete fucking idiot.
That's not really interesting. That doesn't tell us anything.
well, yeah. I mean, I can't really. I wish I could upload the video, but Rocky doesn't want me to. So you know, Even though technically, while he was intoxicated, he gave me permission. But no, I won't. I'll be nice. But but Pengo, maybe I'll show you after this. But nah. Just he was very stupid. He was very drunk. If you want to hear a play-by-play of the thing, I think pretty much Rocky gave a whole play-by-play of it, like in our Discord, just kind of like a bunch of quotes. So like you can go into my Discord server and find them.
Which one?
Rocky. It was like last week. But yeah. So it was like Saturday or Sunday.
But which one? There's 2 Discords.
Oh, well, the main server. Ugh.
That is helpful.
All right. The other funny story that happened yesterday, in case you guys don't know how like public education works in like the U.S., I'll kind of quickly explain it for you. So there's different
End of explanation.
There's different levels of classes that you could take based on like your intelligence, basically, and also its difficulty.
Well, I don't know about intelligence being a factor.
There's career prep / general, which is kind of like for people who like are going straight into the workforce after high school. And then there's tech prep, which are for people who are going into like a technical school.
Actually, that's dependent on the area you're in, because that's not a countrywide thing.
For me, all right.
That also depends on the individual schools too. Like for instance, my school had AP and CP. Both were just general classes. The only difference was that AP tended to be more college level for
that I was getting
students that were more ahead.
Yeah, I was getting there.
It could handle a much faster, or not necessarily more ahead, but also generally much faster pace.
Yeah. I was getting there. So you have, and then like after tech prep, you have college prep, which is basically kind of like people who want to go to a 4-year college. And then you have honors, which is basically college prep on hard mode. And then you have AP, or advanced placement, which is basically full-on college level courses, at least for my school. So I'm in AP US History, or APUSH. If I say APUSH, that's just what we call it, because
I made it like one semester in AP Human Geography with like a 3%.
It sounds fun. So basically, how AP works is that at the end of the year, since I only have about like 3 or 4 weeks left of school, you take a test to I guess prove your mastery in the subject. What?
Oh, YouTube just won't freaking cooperate. I'm trying to type and it won't type.
Sounds fun. So basically, my AP test, the AP exam for APUSH, was yesterday. So I was in the library at our school, and I was sitting there, like, we made it early, right? I was sitting there talking with my friend Evan. And while we were talking, it was like 7 in the morning, I just see something start flying around the library, and I'm like, what is that? And I look closely, and it's like, wait a second, that's yellow, that's a bee. And I'm just like, and I just like say, Evan, I think that's a bee flying around. And then it comes over towards us, and it goes to and it like lands on this stack of books on a bookshelf, and it's like, oh shit, it's a wasp. So there's like a wasp in the library, and like basically we're me and Evans are like, should we ever like tell them, like, because people are allergic to bees in this school, like, should we tell them? And Evan's just like, nah. And he's like, well, actually, now that I think about it, I might be allergic to bees. My dad and sister are both allergic, and I'm like, yeah, maybe we should tell somebody. He's like, nah, just let it go, because it was kind of like it went behind the bookshelf, right? And basically what ended up happening was we started taking the AP test, right? And we were on the essay part. And while we were doing the essay, the wasp flies in, lands on my shirt, and it's eyeing me up. I'm just like, oh shit, it's gonna sting me. And of course, like, I jerk back thinking it's gonna sting me, but then it flies away. It's like, why me? And then basically, the next person it lands on, he was like right in front of the test proctor. So like, once he jerks back, everyone's looking over that way, and they just see the bee flying away. And the proctor's like, she kind of mouths to him because it's supposed to be quiet. It's just like, is that a bee? And the guy's just like, yeah. And then she's like, who cares? And so we go back to writing, and like at that time, apparently, my Evan said that like the bee flew by him and almost went into a person's ear. So it was that. And how it all ended off was basically the bee got caught because our AP test booklets were wrapped in this kind of like plastic wrap. So we just kind of had a bunch of plastic wrap laying around. So the bee did not see the plastic.
Wrapped us in plastic wrap.
I don't know. Ask the college board. I don't know. It flies into the plastic wrap, right? And it gets stuck. And we just hear this, like, huge buzzing. And this person had no idea there was a bee. And at this point, we just hear all this buzzing. So we, like, look back and we just see the bee trapped in the plastic wrap. So it's just kind of like, at this point, we're all just kind of sitting there laughing at this rate. And he's just like, what do I do? And he just kind of, like, slowly, like, traps the bee in this plastic wrap. And then he just kind of, like, ties it up while the bee's still alive and throws it away in the trash can. And then we just all go back and take our test. And that was about how... That was my Friday. So, yeah. Funny stories aside. Let's get into actual dual universe stuff, shall we? So, that took up a whole, like, I don't know, 10 minutes? We did good. All right. So, the first thing I want to talk about is... haha! Got it. Basically, in case you guys don't know... Shut up, Dexio. It's a great story.
Yeah, I really don't think they wanted to hear your story.
Shut the fuck up. You guys are here...
Neither of your stories were interesting or funny.
Fuck you.
Sorry.
Stop playing Kerbal Space Program.
No, Kerbal Space Program is awesome.
In case you guys don't know, Dual Universe has this Trello thing. So yeah, they updated the Trello thing, and basically, I don't really follow the Trello thing. I guess it's kind of like a messaging board where it's kind of like people post stuff.
Not at all.
Okay, you want to explain it then?
Yes, I've actually used Trello very much. It is not a message board. Right. It is more of it's intended more for collaboration type things or for planning. What you do is you can put, say, a task that you need to do on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so basically I can create different sections. So that's what those vertical there should be a picture of that somewhere, but you can create a vertical category, and in that category you can cards. Then those cards you can put individual things on them, such as, say, you need a certain bug fixed by, and then you can also set like a date to do it by, as well as assign it to a specific member. Basically, it's intended for collaboration, and it also is useful because people can view it but not edit it. So you can also have it available for, say, people who are following the development of it, able to look at it to see where things are at.
Okay, so basically that's what it is. Okay, and he caught the bee and threw it in the trash. Why not just release it outside? Because he was annoying us and he deserved to die.
Yeah, but throwing it in the trash, if it escapes, now it's back in the building. Or I guess never left.
Yeah, it never left the building. You know, like them saying that the bees are like the bee colonies are collapsing. Yeah, we're contributing to that. It's our fault. We're throwing wasps in the trash. All right. So they have been doing kind of like these monthly roundups of kind of like all the features that players suggested, and that's gonna actually make it into the game. So this is basically kind of the month's roundup. So let's go through. Added process web content. Player suggested feature being considered no ETA. Added. Allow players to find the inertial mass of a construct from all three. You good?
I don't know.
Okay. It sounded like you hit something.
No, someone really slammed into my door, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna...
And yes, Aglio, I meant to say wasps. It was a wasp. If you... Like, I said originally it was a wasp. I just kind of said bee. Because wasp, bees, about the same thing. Okay, so... inertial mass of a construct from all three axes of rotation, upright and forward. Player's suggested feature being considered, no ETA. Added, visualization of a construct's center of mass and center of rotation. Player's suggested feature being considered, no ETA. Added, add a warning. Added add. That's awesome. Added a warning / explanation message to the run auto configure command. Player suggested feature that should make it for alpha. Added Lua editor, slot names improvement. Player suggested feature that should make it for beta. Added headless client runnable on Linux dedicated server. Player suggested feature being considered no ETA. Does that mean that they're talking about like adding in an actual Linux client?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me... Nothing is cooperating at the moment.
Headless client runnable on Linux dedicated server. I don't know.
I don't know because
maybe
freaking YouTube doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Okay.
Who was that person that was complaining about a Linux crowdfund? maybe their complaints were heard.
Which one is this?
Headless client runnable on Linux dedicated server. If you want to look at that.
Yeah, but, no, like what page are you looking at?
The Trello one. Trello roundup
That's of course the one I closed.
Good job, Penga. Anyways, moving onward. Added sign elements. Player suggested feature that should make it for alpha. So, like, signs. Okay. Like, I don't know if they're talking, like, I don't know, like, big billboards, or, like, if they're talking about kind of, like, you know, the signs that they have at Times Square, where, like, all of them are, like...
Wait, what was it?
The sign elements that they're talking about.
I
don't know why... I don't know.
I don't know, because I can't find the post with the information on it.
All of them should be linked. Like, I'll figure. Yeah, fine. It's not that big of a deal.
No, but where? No, like where though? I can't remember where it was in channels. I lost it.
It's well, one, it's on the actual description of the video, and two, yeah, you could give me views, ad revenue, even though I don't run ads. And also it's in our group chat that we have. And then
that's right, that's where it was.
Yeah, and then added increase the script size limit. Reject it. I like how they have the roundup and then just have rejected for that one.
Wait, what is their current size limit?
I don't know. And besides, that would be NDA stuff. I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you all. Sorry.
I don't think it's national security level stuff. I don't think that's a reasonable solution to it.
Sure it is.
Okay, let's see here.
DU is obviously on the level of the NSA, of course.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the hell they mean by headless client runnable on Linux dedicated server, because would you need to be running a headless, like, because my only thought would be that they would be talking about the game itself.
Who knows?
Which
I know that
why do you need a headless client? How do you play with a headless client if you can't see what the hell you're doing?
A headless client. I don't know. I know that some of the developers do run off of Linux, like do run DU off of Linux. They got it working. I know some, but I know there's issues. Yeah,
but how do you do that on a headless client?
I don't know. How do you do it on a client with a head? I don't know.
Oh wait, unless they mean they're running the game on a dedicated server and then streaming it using like a software KVM or something. Yes, I don't know.
Who knows?
It's kind of confusing and weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Whoa, the meta is evolving. What are people talking about in chat? I don't know. I wonder how much of a delay is there. Hold up. I feel like there's like a huge delay, right? For some reason. I might be wrong. I guess not. Okay. I just feel like there's kind of a bit of a delay, but it's just like more than usual because I know it's like always like 15-second delay, but like it just seems like more than usual.
Here's something interesting.
What?
So the description, their response to the increased script size limit, the size limit can be bypassed by optimizing your scripts. Moreover, control units intercommunication via the use of data banks. This maybe mean that they're giving us some sort of long-term data storage blocks for script stacks?
That is a good question. And I wish I could talk about it, but NDAs are fun. So, moving onward.
Because if this is what it sounds like, then that could mean that we are, in fact, going to do some of the things we want to do.
Yeah. If that says it on Trello, anyways. That's nice. I love how Noble Quark goes into detail about kind of like pre-alpha NDA stuff. It's kind of interesting. At least they give us some details.
They don't. Yeah, hold on. They may not be covering that under NDA. Because here's the thing: they've been releasing what sort of blocks they have been adding and making, including footage of them for the longest time now. The blocks themselves aren't exactly secret.
Fine. All right. So, anyways, that's Trello. Trello is fun. Moving onward, the next thing I want to talk about is this article that just came out last Wednesday about on Outpost Zebra. I'm actually using content from there now. Aren't you guys proud of me? About the 3 governmental paradigms in dual universe organizations. And I actually pronounced paradigms right. Pengo informed me that it's not paragyms. I thought it was paragyms because that kind of looks like what it says. But I'm apparently wrong because I am great at pronouncing things. Oh dear. I'm amazing. Fake news. Glory doesn't read. I do read. I actually sat through this morning and read through it.
No, if anyone doesn't read, it's me. I have not read anything beyond like the first like 5 sentences of that entire article.
Yeah. Hold on. Where is this?
I have no freaking clue what it's all about.
It's just talking about like the different types of leaders there are.
That's what I was getting based off the titles of the individual of the subsections or the section.
Trust me, I read it because I even read this weird quote that like this weird saying that I don't get. One could also say that someone who makes love once every 4 years enjoys a healthy sex life. What kind of quote is that?
What?
I don't know. When I read it first, I'm just like, okay.
Maybe he's trying to. Maybe whoever wrote that's just trying to make themselves feel better.
Sure. You know what? I'll let it go.
Wait, who wrote that? Who wrote the article?
Alson Timaro.
Because here I am just randomly insult or throwing. Here I am just randomly insulting people.
Moving onward. So basically what this is that it kind of goes through the different types of leaders there are and the different types of governments that they can run. And I kind of just found it interesting because as I was going through, I originally thought the Supreme Leader one was kind of like how we were, right? But then I read the second one. Well, technically,
I can tell you that, and I haven't even read it.
Well, technically, I am kind of the Supreme Leader.
Yeah, but it doesn't quite work that way though. When you do a lot of stuff, more of a democracy type.
I know. And I was gonna get to that. The delegator leader paradigm is the one that I definitely closely most relate to on this one. So I'm gonna read through it. Bear with me. It's not the paradigm that has the thing about a healthy sex life. So, hang up. Can you stop doing that thing with the zip ties?
Oh.
I took push to talk off for you, and now you're making me regret it. All right. God damn it, Pengo.
I didn't realize I was picking that up.
Yes.
It's not even that loud.
Well, it's very loud in this.
Oh.
God damn it. God damn it. I don't... Hold up. I think something's wrong with my YouTube.
See, I don't think I've really adjusted this. I don't think I've really fully finished adjusting Discord for this quite yet, so that's probably part of the issue.
Probably.
Because I haven't used Discord much since I got this headset.
My chat wasn't working for a little bit. It was kind of like being super weird. Like I completely missed like Dexia's comments. Potato salad. QCast. The theory crafting funk tank. QCast. TTCTT for short. Yes, as you know, we are always for acronyms that really have stupid meanings or no meanings, as evidenced by GLSQ. So thank you, Dexia. All right, moving onward. So I'm gonna read this now. I'm gonna try and read this. So tell me if this one sounds like us. Another recurring theme in the virtual universe created by Novocork, I find this type of government and organizational structure extremely interesting due to its contrasts, the tapestry of lights and shadows. Here we yet again find a charismatic authority, a central figure of power, and unlike... Shut up. A central figure of power, and unlike the previous paradigm, a well-regulated delegation of power among its members. A systemized distribution of the functions among the different legates, where all of the...
There's like no regulation at all right now.
Shut up. Where all of the members are under certain equally regulated requirements, eligible for the different positions in the different areas of production, management, and government. That is to say, the leader, like a Caesar Augustus within a system modeled mostly by him or herself, delegates or shares some of the power with the members of his organization, while ultimately and fundamentally still holding sovereignty. Thus, in the most advanced variants of this paradigm, power is distributed and shared between the leader and those responsible for the administrative structure, which sometimes responds to the classic model of separation of powers, legislative, executive, and judicial branch of government. In any case, whether it is a nation, a republican state, or a monarchy, the group of members still has a clearly subordinate or passive role. You good?
Yeah.
Making noise while I'm reading? How dare you?
I mean, if I wanted to, I could make more.
Fuck you. Where was I? With respect to governing powers of the organization. In this sense, it matters little that the citizens get to elect some legates every so often or on special occasions. The citizens do not decide directly on the important matters that concern them, matters they leave in the hands of their so-called representatives, who act with greater or lesser transparency. Because at the end of the day, the average citizen is too busy with their own affairs, usually in such a way that they usually don't care about whether there is more or less transparency. If they did, they could send their representatives, excuse me, I just had lunch, legal request or proposal, who does not cry, he who does not cry is not breastfed. That's another interesting quote, you know? However, all of this, together with a complex and growing bureaucracy, is commonly assumed as part of the democratic game. Without a doubt, everyone is playing something there. Although it is not on equal terms, but everyone is free to call this democracy etymologically, people's power. For the simple fact that its citizens are periodically able to choose their representatives, who in turn will decide for them in matters that are relevant to them. When the citizenry shows up in mass to these periodic elections, it is said the nation enjoys good democratic health. This is the one about the sex life. Well, I could also say that someone who makes love once every 4 years enjoys a healthy sex life. Well, let's move on to the third paradigm. That's wonderful. I don't know. I don't know why that's a quote, but I honestly think that one is the one that fits us the most. Not the stuff about the sex life, but everything else. I've always said that, like, basically GLSU, in my opinion, I call it a modified democracy. Yes, the central figure, me, yours truly, is always going to be in power just because there's really no way to give up power. And I mean, even if I wasn't like, even if I were to give up power, I would still think that at this, like, I would still probably have influence because, you know, I would be the original one. But I mean, I, you know, I would give up power if that was an actual, like, elected office, but I'm the leader, so dictator for the win. But ultimately how I want to do it is basically, I want to allow each organization to kind of, in GLSU, to select a representative, as long as they kind of have their own, like, representative or kind of like leader position to take part in our kind of like Senate thing. Like, they can basically do what they want, like, government wise. Now, of course, we would honestly prefer, you know, the good old capitalistic society stuff that, you know, because capitalism for the win, but, you know,
America.
Yeah, America. But I mean, hell, if you want to be communist, fine. Just don't get
Must
us
be
involved.
destroyed.
Must be destroyed. But I ultimately want to have,
You will liberate your oil.
like, even though I'm not the, like, even though I cannot be removed from office, or, you know, even though I can't be, you know,
Well, I mean,
shut up.
always ways to remove from office.
You can't spell
Some not so
dictator
legal,
without tater. It's like an aggressive tater. I mean, I am a pretty aggressive potato when you think about it. So, I mean, you know, I wouldn't disagree with that, Dexio. But basically, where am I? Where was I? I want to give people the opportunity to kind of, like, not have me be the final say in everything. I want to be very careful with how I design the government. That's kind of why I've taken a long time with it. Because I want to allow people to, you know, be able to overturn, if I, like, veto something that they like, I want to give people the chance, right? And that's kind of how, and the nice thing about it with two, like, vice leaders, like Mans and Zerafi, I gave them the power that if they unanimously vote on something, they can overturn, like, my veto and stuff like that. Just do what CSYN tried to do. Oh, wait. Oh, dear. We were talking about that in, Arc Central this morning. The good old days when...
Wait, what did they try to do?
What didn't CSYN try to do? They tried to do a little bit of everything. Let's be honest here.
Talking about, I haven't paid attention in the last, like, months, so I mean...
Really? We didn't notice. He's just talking about, like do the government structure like CSYN was trying to do. And then Dexio's just like, oh, wait.
Oh, you mean how they decided to completely change their crap into art?
Yeah. I'm sure Astro, if he's watching, he'd probably be like, what the fuck, man? Alright. So, yeah, I honestly think that the delegator leader paradigm is the best one for us, because that one fits the best for us. But eventually I will come up with a comprehensive government structure. It's just going to take some time, and I also kind of want to see how RDMS works and everything like that, so I'm kind of waiting, you know? Give me time. So that's the paradigm article that I want, the stuff in the article I want to cover. If you want to read through it, it's a really great read. I did read it, unlike what Agatha thinks. I did indeed read the entire thing. It took me about, like, 15 minutes, but I am a slow...
Someone read it to him.
Yeah. I'm a slow reader, like, honestly, I've always have been. So, like, but yeah, I did read it. I didn't have anyone read it to me, and I did read it. Contrary to popular belief. I do read things that I want to read. Keywords, want to. There's not many things that I want to read, but there are some things I want to read. So the link to that is in the description. So if you want to go read that, it's a great read. So I highly recommend it. Moving onward. Let's see. Next up is this sociological survey. What is your main focus of fun in Dual Universe? So this one came out a little while ago. And I found it kind of interesting to kind of read the results to see like what everyone wants to try and focus on. Because if you look at it, overall there's a pretty even spread with the exception, like, I mean, of course, building and designing is probably going to be the biggest one. Like, I know I put that one, even though I'm not a great builder. But I mean, I put that one, and you know, which ones did I put? I put building, exploring. I don't think I put technology. I put mining, and I put leadership position. So all the main ones for me, because I mean that's basically all that I do, you know, and that's the stuff that I want to do. So yeah, Pango and I were kind of talking about this before we went live. Pango like is gonna do security and conflict, so you know that's always fun. Um,
Some stuff up.
yeah, blowing stuff up is fun. It does. It interests and upsets me that not many people are really interested in financial activities. Only 9 people in this survey.
To be fair, though, there's not a whole lot of stuff to really be done in that area.
Well,
I mean,
at the
unless you
moment,
have,
I mean,
unless you have a proper group set up where people aren't just worrying about how much money they have, and you actually, you know, run the group as a peep, you know, where you're having taxes and stuff. There's just nothing major for doing financial stuff. I mean, as the way that it's going to be set up and run. I mean, there's really, I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, you're gonna sit there and be like, oh yeah, this is how much money we have in our bank. That's it. There's the extent of it. There's no taxes to deal with, so which means there's nothing for you to worry about how much you're getting, and there's no, you know.
And Dexio, I know that not everyone voted. I know that this is not a completely accurate representation of the Dual Universe community. However, it's probably pretty close. I mean, granted, look.
Yeah, I mean, there's a decent
amount.
Sample size for this. It's at least what 150-ish people.
No, 56. It says at the top. People can vote on multiple.
Oh,
that's
okay,
why.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's another thing that makes me even more worried, because if that was only a single vote, how many people would you actually see there? Like, if there was single votes, I wonder how much would actually change, because then it would be main focus. So,
yeah. Well, this is supposed to be what's your main focus.
Well, I mean,
you can have more than one main focus.
But like, I chose, like, if
the
I
bottom
would,
point is, you have 9 people minimum that have voted for it. 9 individuals.
It's just like, still, it's kind of weird how people, like, in my opinion, I just kind of think that there will be a lot of stuff to do with the economy once, if, depending on how in depth the economy is. So it's just kind of like, well, I don't know. Personally, I think that it's a little alarming, because I know that people have been complaining about not having stuff who care about the economy and needing more of that kind of help. So hopefully we'll see more people who are more like financial advisors, accountants, because we're probably going to need them. And yeah, that's my opinion though. I mean, hell, what do I know, right? Let's see. Last thing that I want to talk about, and it's just kind of some shameless promotion, because I am involved in Arc Central, is the Arc Central video. Arc Central came out with their April update, May 6th. It's very nice. It's, you know, super fun. So make sure you go over and watch it in case you haven't. They talk about a bunch of stuff. And there's a bunch of wonderful comments. You know, yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of great comments down there. I should probably read them since I'm involved in Art Central. I just don't. I'm just like I go through and actively try to look for the funny comments, but I don't really look at any of the non-funny ones. I always just try to search for the comedic ones because I can laugh at them. That's how I do for most comments and in any sort of video. I just kind of look and see if there's any comedic ones, right? So yeah, make sure you go over and watch that. It's really good. Now, before I forget, it is Saturday, so let's see if there is any screenshot Saturdays. Maybe? Aha! There is! Let's see. Back from an adventure. Look at this one. That's actually really nice. So, yeah. So, you have a building there.
Yeah, that's a building, all right.
Yeah, that's a building. I love how I always, like, am so vague with these because I always try to make fun of the NDAs and stuff. And I'm just like, they are on a celestial body of what appears to be snow, and there is a building made out of some type of material that is black, that is white, and orange.
Or they painted it.
Or they painted it. You know, buy high, sell low.
For all we know, it could be an entire building made of dirt.
Yes. Who knows? And then there are some constructs that are in the background. That one though, what the heck? Like below and to the right of the Dual Universe logo, that big one. What the fuck is that?
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
It doesn't look like a ship. It looks more like a building that should be on the ground and not floating in space.
Well, it's obviously a ship carrier because you can see ships flying out of it. So
yeah,
I mean,
but like it's not a very stylish one. It looks like a flying box with big engines strapped to the side of it.
The
pinnacle.
pinnacle.
Looks like someone just took a big cardboard box and just put some pylons on the side of it and strapped some huge engines and fuel tanks to it.
The pinnacle of engineering design in Dual Universe.
Box with some engines.
As you can see, the weather is very clear, very sunny.
No, it's not. Clouds.
It's partly sunny, kind of.
Partly cloudy.
Partly cloudy, partly sunny, something like that. And there are some people who I cannot name sitting around. I cannot name them because one, I don't know who they are, and two, because NDAs. Who are just kind of standing around and doing some type of activities. Am I vague enough for you guys? Hopefully that was vague enough.
I mean, I don't think it's a secret who's in the alpha, considering everyone has a forum badge.
Shush. But yeah, it's very nice. These screenshots that they do. So contrary to what everyone said last week, I don't think this one is Objective Drive Yards. So to everyone who said it was Objective Drive Yards last week in last week's Q&A, I don't think this one's Objective Drive Yards. So, you know, we can safely say that. But yeah, it looks very nice. So whoever made this in the lol, check. Yes. Oh, Arc Central, you're welcome for the promotion I did. Yeah. I'll take my cash now. Thank you. Basically, yeah, whoever made that was wrong thing. My bad. So yeah, whoever made that was really good. I didn't watch it. Oops. Yeah, you're late, Astro. How dare you? How dare you be late? We were talking about Cinderhall Syndicate, like the good old days. Anyways, you're late. How dare you be late to one of my QCasts? Ugh. And one that I shouted you guys out to. I'm disgusted, Astro. How dare you? So yeah. All right. So I guess that's pretty much it for this week. I gotta go and do stuff because it's Mother's Day in the U.S. tomorrow. So I gotta go and get some stuff dealt with. How do you know this is Astro? It might be It might be someone else, like other Astro. Oh yeah, that was a problem this week. I guess people had some fake accounts run around. Like there was some Astrophils that were running around that were fake. So that was fun.
I'm not important enough. No one makes fakes of me.
Yep. You are.
No one cares.
Yep. Poor Pengo. So yeah, that's about it this week. Technically, we made it to an hour, even though the first 15 minutes was, was just the background of just like, hey, we're starting soon. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, right? But yeah, I guess that's about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know this wasn't the best one. It was a little bit more of a chill week, probably because there isn't much going on. Hopefully soon, some things will go on, and we can talk about. Glory still doesn't care about my magazine. Oh shit! I forgot about that. Hold up.
I'll be right back.
Hold up. I forgot about that. Sorry, Aglio. Or Agatha. My bad. Hold up. Is that on? Yes, it is. Haha! I forgot about that. My bad. Yeah, in case you guys don't know, Agatha's second version of his Spaceship Drama Almanac is here. I actually did read some of it. I didn't get to read through all of it. You know what? I know why I don't care about it. You didn't include me in any of your stories, Agatha. How dare you? But you included everyone else in the top 20 but me. How dare you? I'm sad. But yeah. So that's about it. So yeah, if you want to go and check that out, can I leave this into... Yes, I can. Hold up. I will put this in the description right now. Hold up. Agatha's... Alright, hold up. Agatha's Almanac. Please tell me I spelled Almanac right. Yes, I did. That would be bad if I couldn't. Alright, that should work. Keywords, should. So yeah, if you want to go and check that out, make sure you do, because it's pretty good. You know, they got some good things in there. So yeah, they talk about war a lot of war and fighting in this one. So I mean, that one's pretty cool. And yeah, that design from Empire is really nice. They do good. Pretty good. Yes, it is pretty good. His thing is pretty good. So yeah, mediocre. Shut the fuck up. I don't get excited for things. So yeah, make sure you go and check that out, because Agatha deserves it with all the work. I talked to military-focused organizations this time and foreigners. You're American and can't fight. I will talk to you at some point. Excuse me. I think Americans can fight quite a bit. Oh well.
I mean, considering we're like
this in a French game, yeah. This in a French game.
Wait, you're American and can't fight. I'm pretty sure the U.S. is like the biggest superpower in the world. I think we can fight.
Apparently not.
Considering Russia can't even have built. Russia's aircraft carrier can't even make it more than a couple hundred miles without breaking down again. It has to have a tugboat follow it around.
Oh dear. All right, but yeah, that was.
Need to have a tugboat following it around.
So yeah, go and check that out. I was talking about Glory and GLSU, not warmongering US. Not warmongering US.
You said it. You said you were American and can't fight. I mean.
No, I mean, come on, man. But yeah, so make sure you go and check that out, because that is pretty good. But yeah, I think that's about it.
It doesn't have anything to do with the U.S. Then why did you bring America into this?
Yeah, come on, man. All right. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this week. Sorry again that it was kind of a slower news week. hopefully things will pick up soon. It is May now, so apparently that dual universe update is going to be coming out, even though we really can't talk about it that much because NDAs are fun, as per usual. But we can talk about maybe we could talk about some things. I don't know. We'll see when things pick up. Hopefully it'll be soon though. So hopefully things will then pick up, and we've also got some stuff in the works, but I mean, that's kind of just more or less like for our own organization. So I'm guessing most people won't be interested in hearing about that. So yeah. So oh dear, Agatha. Oh, Agatha. Okay. Moving onward. How dare you say I have no military? I have a military. I have myself. I'm the one-man army, alright? I'm a god at video games. Have you seen my GTA live streams? I can lead an army of myself. Alright, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I don't even know what my chat's doing anymore.
I don't think he also said that we don't have military. I mean, technically he's right, technically he's wrong. Our military consists of one person.
Yeah, we got Admiral Supreme right here. Pango 1998.
We're not calling it this.
No, we are calling it Admiral Supreme.
No, we are not.
Guys, if you go to Taco Bell, right, and order Admiral Supreme, you will get Pango, right? So
no, this is not going to become a thing.
Admiral Supreme. Yes, Pango is Admiral Supreme. All right. Anyways, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Pleasure hosting this as always. Thank you for Pango. Thank you to Pango for showing up. Unlike some people, Cringey and Rocky. Yeah. Until next week, make sure you like and subscribe. Really helps get our content out there. And yeah, till next weekend. See you guys.